name is Mark Reichenberg. I'm the Special Assistant to the President at Art Center. I'm also a member of the Executive Board at Innovate Pasadena. And I'm the co-founder of the Design Accelerator, which is an incubator for design-driven companies in partnership between Art Center and Caltech. And on behalf of Art Center's president, Lauren Buckman, who could not be here tonight regrettably, I'd really like to welcome you to a couple things. First, to this extraordinary new building. This is the home, recently, only a month ago, of Art Center's Fine Art Department and Illustration Department. And if you ever saw it before when it was a distribution center for the post office, you'll appreciate the incredible transformation that this building has undergone. So welcome to the inaugural event at this new building. I'd also like to welcome you to the inaugural event of Innovate Pasadena's Connect Weekend, a weekend for difference makers and disruptors and innovators. This is the first of a series of events that will go through Sunday. There are programs all over to tell you what you might want to attend. I want to call attention to the last event, the closing event on Sunday, Geek Night, in which we'll hear from a apparently very hilarious comic who makes fun of the tech industry, and that's not very hard, I don't think. I will say that Innovate Pasadena, as you'll hear about more in a moment, is a collective effort from many people from in and around Pasadena. But I do want to call attention to a few people tonight who have just been remarkable in their extra efforts for this event, as well as for all the events for the Connect Weekend. Petra Winberg-Cesario, who among other things did the very nice banners outside, Beth Kuchar, Tom Buell, Madeline Williamson, Jennifer Chang, Sonia Lee, and Art Center's own Jojo Tardino. And a special thanks to Michelle Garrett. Michelle is really the ringleader of this affair. She will probably give birth any minute now if you've seen her. And Michelle, if you're here, if you do have to go to the hospital, we'll expect you back in at least an hour because someone has to run the show. Okay, Michelle, put your hand up there. Thank you so much. I'd also like to thank our sponsors for the Connect Weekend, Idea Lab, Materia, Nixon Peabody, Supply Frame, and Wells Fargo. And our vendors who are donating their wares either free or at a reduced rate, Emerson Royce Vineyard, here in Old Pasadena. Thank you, it's great wine. Event Bids, which is the production company also doing the DJing. Don Chow Tacos, Son of a Bun, and Paradise Fine Cookies. Now, it's my great pleasure to introduce Innovate Pasadena's two co-founders, Mike Giardello and Andy Wilson. Mike is the CEO of a Caltech spin-off company, Materia. He's the co-chair of Innovate Pasadena, and he's worked with many startups in the hard sciences and engineering over the last 20 years. The irrepressible Andy Wilson is a passionate entrepreneur and business leader. He has also been involved in many startups. He's currently helping to build Rexter, which is a company that will help professionals better engage their networks. He's active in many local community and government organizations, and he is a huge and passionate fan of Pasadena. So guys, come on up here and tell us about Innovate Pasadena.
Thanks, Mark. I'm Andy. And first of all, it's so great to see you all here. Innovate Pasadena is not about me or a not-for-profit, it's about you. And what I've realized, having built companies for the last 20 years, and as a side note, if you asked me when I was in college whether I'd ever be building a company, I'd say absolutely not, that's crazy. So my wife maybe thinks I've gone crazy. And if you're going crazy to do extraordinary things, you need to be supported by a community. And it is daunting to build a startup. If you've ever built one, you've kind of looked at the edge of the abyss, and I believe that innovation and risk-taking and entrepreneurship is really an imperative for capitalism, Pasadena, and all the problems in front of us and all the opportunities. And in order to be successful in that, we need a community to do that, and that's the imperative of Innovate Pasadena. I was thinking about a good analogy for what we're doing. And people say, what's going on over there? And we're really building a tent. And in that tent, there's some big poles like Art Center, Caltech, Idea Lab, right, JPL, PCC, and then there's some smaller poles like guidance software, OpenX, and then there's the smaller pools, the startups. And Innovate Pasadena is that fabric that covers that tent. And you people here are those people who are in that tent to make the vibrancy in the community that makes that party under that tent happen. So my words of encouragement is, think, break some rules, do some daring things. At the end of the day, our community is there to support you. It's a lot less daunting when you're doing something extraordinary and daring in the context of community. So thank you for being here to celebrate our community, to build our community. I really appreciate all the hard work that's gone in to our planning committee. Extraordinary, absolutely extraordinary. When we started this a year ago, I could never have imagined something this extraordinary. And it's not me, it's the people, it's you, it's the volunteers. So here's to our almost first year. I only can imagine how wonderful our future is going to be. Thanks again, have fun, and Mike, over to you.
So just to pick up where Andy left off, it's been almost a year now. Good job, Andy. So in the past year, we've put the organization together, and we had a great launch event last June. It was a standing room only at the Twin Palms, for those of you who joined us at that event. Over the past year, we put on over 75 events. What's been amazing, though, is that it's an all-volunteer organization. We do have a little bit of administrative help, which has been incredibly helpful for things that you see tonight. But it's the stakeholders that are in the community that have really made this possible. And we've had support from all the major institutions, the city of Pasadena, and it's been a great opportunity to participate in this forum. And we think this is just the beginning. So give us another 12 months, and I think we'll impress you with what we'll be able to do. This is sort of one of the two signature events for Innovate Pasadena. So it's a weekend that starts Thursday and it ends Sunday night with Geek Night, which will have awards for the hackathon and several other things, which is going to be a great event. But also it's sort of the beginning of what we're going to do in the fall, which is going to be an Innovation Week with an Innovation Summit being a very full-day event as well. So there's a lot happening, and a lot that will continue to happen over the next several years. But we think this is a great beginning, and we see a very bright future for us. We have just an incredible broad offering here, from everything from life science companies to commercial activities in the internet space, from consumer to sort of back office and everything in between. So with the stakeholders and the Design Accelerator and Art Center at Caltech, it's been a real great opportunity to work with everybody, and the community's been incredibly supportive, and really appreciate your time tonight and look forward to your continued participation. Thank you.
About a month and a half ago, I was in Idea Lab, where the Design Accelerator is housed in partnership with Caltech and Idea Lab. And Bill Gross and his team introduced what I thought was a remarkable new concept for generating deal flow, very much in sync with many trends that we are experiencing right now. And at that time I thought, since this is so community-based and this idea is also community-based, it would be a perfect fit to ask Bill Gross to come and say a few words to you about this new concept, this new initiative at Idea Lab. Most of you know Bill. He's a lifelong entrepreneur who has founded or invested in more than 100 companies, the majority of which in Idea Lab here in Pasadena. 60 of these companies were successful, creating 35 IPOs or acquisitions, with 25 still active today inside Idea Lab. Overall, Bill at Idea Lab has raised more than $3.5 billion in total financing. Remarkable effort. Bill is often referred to as the forefather of intent-based digital advertising, having pioneered search advertising with Overture, which was sold to Yahoo in 2003 for $1.6 billion. Bill is a graduate of Caltech. He sits on the board of Caltech, and we're very proud to say he also sits on the board of trustees of Art Center College of Design. So please welcome Bill Gross.
Thank you very much. It's really an honor to be here tonight, and wow, look at this incredible group of people that we put together in Pasadena. This really can be an amazing, amazing place for innovation. It has been, and I can't wait to see where we take it going forward. Very quickly tonight I want to talk to you about three things that I love: Art Center, Pasadena, and ideas. So first, Art Center. I've loved Art Center for such a long time. I've been on the board for nearly 15 years. And our last board meeting just a few weeks ago to inaugurate this building, I had a chance to take a tour of the building and saw some of the new student studios that are around the building, and it's just amazing. If you get a chance to take a look at these, it's fantastic. To see what the young fine art freshmen can take advantage of as an Art Center student, and how they can use their imagination to go to new heights. It's just incredible. It makes me so proud to be part of another organization here in Pasadena that is taking innovation and imagination to new heights. I really am so proud to be a supporter of Art Center. Second, my second love, Pasadena. Well, I love Pasadena ever since I came here. I came here in 1976 when I started as a freshman at Caltech, and Pasadena has been really, really great to me. My college years were amazing. I started a loudspeaker business when I was in school. When I first opened my stereo store in Pasadena, Colorado Boulevard, everybody in Pasadena was so helpful to me. They became great customers, great supporters, helped me so much. I started a software company after that was acquired by Lotus Development in Cambridge, and again, Pasadena came to my support throughout. Since then, I've started many, many companies, as Mark described to you, and I'm most proud that we created more than 10,000 jobs here in Pasadena. Over the years, across all those companies, the ability to bring talent together in Pasadena has been amazing. And seeing the people here tonight, I can't wait to meet many of you afterwards and talk to you about new ideas and new things we can do together and more ways to make Pasadena a great hub for this continuing innovation. Finally, ideas. I love ideas. I love turning turning ideas into business, and I have more ideas than we could possibly do at Idea Lab. And our biggest challenge is finding more people to help take those ideas and turn them into businesses. And that's what led to this idea day that we had that Mark was referring to. 2 months ago, we held this first idea day in Idea Lab. We invited about 150 entrepreneurs from around Pasadena and around Los Angeles to come in, and we took 10 ideas that were favorites of mine that we just hadn't put together teams to take forward. And we shared the ideas with all the people in the audience, saying we would love it if any of these ideas resonate with you, come back to us and pitch us, and we would love you to pitch us on investing in you to take these ideas forward. Fully aware that if you choose, you can take these ideas on your own without Idea Lab and go anywhere you like with them, whether you do them with another partner, without us, with other investors. We just were so thrilled to find a way to take these ideas and move them forward. And in just the 45 days since we had that event, we had 29 submissions, most of them from Pasadena, a few from New York, and a few from around the world. We interviewed 12 of those teams very seriously, and already 5 of them are already being taken forward, with 2 more very close. So we're so thrilled to say that just at Idea Lab, 5 of them are going forward, and maybe more of them are going forward elsewhere in the world. So we'd love to see more of this happen. And this is along the lines of what I've been brainstorming with Mark about, that in this new era of crowdsourced development and open source development, the idea of taking ideas out to the world and trying to put together teams right here in Pasadena that can take them forward, that is just so exciting to me. And we would love to help in any way we can to try and move that kind of initiative forward. And like I said, I'd love to talk to you more tonight, see if I can meet any of you that might like to contribute to that. We would love to help. But most of all, I'd like to pay thanks to what Pasadena has done for me and give anything I can back to the city and back to the area. So I'd love to do anything I can. Please come to me. I'm bill@idealab.com if you'd like to email me, and come up to me tonight if there's any way that I can help you make any of your dreams come true, any ideas that you'd like to take forward. Echoing what Andy said, I think if you take an idea and form a startup company with the right incentives and with large equity stakes by the founders and by the participants, you actually unlock human potential to make things happen that wouldn't have happened otherwise. People begin dreaming about the idea and about the possibilities in a way they never could before. And I feel that entrepreneurship, innovation like that, can solve big world problems in a very, very powerful way. And that's why I'm so excited to be a part of it. Thank you very much.
Folks, that's all for our program. I'm going to make it a guest appearance from Mayor Bill Bogart, in which case I might bring you all together again to have him say a few words. But have fun, get something to drink, and be sure you introduce yourself to at least 10 people that you've never met before. Okay, thank you so much.